Get involved now.
Okay, thank you for staying tuned to the Radio 104.7 FM. You are listening to the Polity, a program of newspaper review and analysis. My name is Frank Nib, and I'm with Dr. Tunde Sambeki this very morning, and we are going to begin the analysis to look at the developments that are catching most of the attentions in these very newspapers. We're live on our Facebook page, Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Get on that very page and get interactive. And don't forget to share the video. It's quite important. So, Tony, lots of headlines this very morning, but you have to begin with this very one, which talks about the planned movement of OB and some lawmakers into the ADC by December 31st. If you go through the story, you see that it's projecting that if OB eventually moves into the ADC, is going to, reshape the race for the 2027 presidential election. But where the issue lies is that, from what has been gathered, that Obi has, perfected plans to declare for the ADC in Enugu on December 31st, 2025. And he's not going to do that alone. He's going to do that alongside lawmakers elected on the platform of the Labour Party and then obedient movement in the Southeast. And what is going to happen in Enugu is going to be, it's going to be like a quake that is going to attract persons from different parts of the Southeast. And the report actually quoted Valo BNM as to have confirmed that his principal is about to move into ADC. And this report has elicited different reaction from different quarters. And people are asking, going to the ADC, is it the best for him? Is it the best for the opposition party? And what could that portend as we look forward to 2027 general election, Tony?
Well, it is really confirmed. You will be joining ADC on December 31st. That will be next 2 days. Today's Monday. That will be on Wednesday. It has been scheduled that the event will be more like a political rally that will be held in Enugu. Just like you pointed out earlier on, he is expected to really move into ADC with likes of Senator Victor Ume, Anambra Central, Tony Woye, Anambra North, and Engineer Abaribe, Abia South, as well as PDP chieftain Ben Obi, and supporters from the obedient movement across the Southeast. Just like I said, it will be a large rally with participants from multiple states. So that's just the situation. But that is most times we try to see issues from the standpoint where people may not be considering, from the standpoint of different thoughts, where some people or those who are looking at the issue may not be looking at it from. We know very well that Obi left PDP. And the reason he gave when he left PDP was the fact that PDP did not zone his presidency to Southeast. He said that PDP has zoning formula. And for the fact that he did not zone presidency to the Southeast, he left before the 2023 general election. And he moved to the Labour Party. And he became the Labour Party presidential candidate for that very election. I'm aware that Obi has long emphasized the importance of zoning in Nigerian politics as a means to promote equity, regional balance, and national unity. And it could be because of his experience in politics, because he also entrenched zoning in Abga, where he felt that the governorship will rotate along the 3 senatorial districts in Anambra State. He came in as governor from the central. He made sure that he handed over to somebody from the north. And then from the north, he went to south. So it's expected that he's going to go back to the central. So he entrenched zoning in Abga as a political party. But then, one would also ask, what has changed? Because as of this period, the African Democratic Congress has not formally zoned its 2027 presidential ticket. He has not zoned it, and we are told why Obi hasn't joined for a long time could be because of this issue of zoning. He wants to be assured that he'll be given the ticket. There are some critics who have said that Obi's style of politics is where he will make bargains so that he will be given the ticket, the presidential ticket of that political party. And some argued why he hasn't joined ADC was as a result of that. But some argued that why he hasn't joined ADC was because of Anambra Guba election. That he wants to ensure that the candidates of Labour Party in those elections where he had supported from the day one actually not or never get disappointed. So now there are some curious questions. ADC, remember, he positions himself as mega coalition for opposition party ahead of 2027 election. But ADC, as we speak today, has not zoned his presidency. I remember Bolaji Abdullahi, the party spokesperson, I think the last time he spoke about this issue of zoning, he stated that the zoning, the ticket, for him, is out of equation. That they want to conduct a credible primary where everybody will be part and parcel of the primary, and then the outcome will be transparent. So, I'm curious to ask, why is Obi joining ADC? Since ADC has not zoned his presidency. And recall, he left PDP because he felt PDP should have zoned, and they did not zone. He went into the Labour Party. Pat Tommy was the presidential candidate of Labour Party at that time. He stepped aside for Obi, who became the candidate of Labour Party. Of course, he made a nice outing. I wouldn't deny it. Obi made a nice outing at the 2023 presidential elections. Of course, having won 11 state plus FCT, making it 12. It's not a small deal. But now, moving into ADC, many have primed Atiku to be the candidate of the party because INEC by February will release timetable for 2027 general election. By February, INEC will release timetable. So 2026 is all about politics, just like Winke said in some places we spotted him. So, but some people will say that the primary goal is to unseat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So if that becomes the primary goal of all the opposition forces, so issue of zoning will take a second place. But Obi cannot join without agreement in place. Before you see a politician joining a political party, there is usually an agreement somewhere. Either he's promised something or a particular ticket has been slated for the person. So what could be the agreement between Obi? Just like I said in all of the analysis I've had in the past, don't be surprised. Yes, Obi will go into the race as a candidate. He will be defeated, and Atiku will pick him as the running mate. So probably he has been assured that he will go into the primary as an aspirant, but should he be defeated in the primary, he may have been assured that he will be the running mate. Of course, Atiku camp has always said that. But he will be given the right to go into the race and contest for the presidency to satisfy obedient movement, so that they will not see that he has shaken out to go into the race as a running mate. No, he will go into the primary. Once he loses out, then he comes in as the running mate to Atiku, who is projected to win. That is on one side. Remember, Muike went into the race, lost out. Atiku did not pick him. He made overtures, he made entreaties for him to be picked as the running mate. These things were rebuffed. Atiku went on to pick the governor of Delta State at that time, Ifeanyi Okowa, and that angered Wike, and other things that played out where Iyocha Ayu called Tambowa the hero of the very primary, because Tambowa stepped down for Atiku, and then Wike found it was a coordinated effort to make sure that he becomes politically relevant. So he went into the mode he is in now, where he started fighting the party to destroy the party. So the issue is, just like I said earlier on, from the grapevine, Obi will go into the race as a contestant. He is expected to lose, and Atiku is also expected to pick him as a running mate. For me, that is the agreement in place, and that is the reason he's joining ADC this Wednesday.
Okay, so you believe that, of course, a promise must have been made to him for him to have now decided to join ADC officially, because for a long time he's been dilly-dallying.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the wide implications for his decision. One is, do you think ADC is going to favor him? Don't forget that if you look at the kind of weight he put in the last election, it was because he was on the ballot. And some persons saw him as, a politician of the different of different stock. And now if you go into the ADC, of course, he's going to mix up with people who have been seen as those who destroyed Nigeria. That's number one. And if eventually he goes for the primaries and he fails to win the primaries and decides to team up with Atiku on one ticket, is it going to fetch them that kind of followership he enjoyed in the last election? Then for Nigeria, where people have this very fear that we are tilting towards one party state, Obi joining ADC, would that raise the hope of revival of opposition politics in Nigeria?
Definitely, yeah, because many Nigerians are afraid that every governor has joined APC, and for many, that's not a good development for the country. A country that practices pluralism and the multi-party system. We know that for election, as presidential election, you must have the national spread for you to be a serious contender. Now, people believe that Obi joining ADC will raise the hope as against the issue of one-party system. Yes, ADC, we have no governor, but they will have senators, because he's moving in with some senators, and many PDP senators or Labour Party senators, they will join Obi, and there are those that will also join APC, there's no doubt, depending on political affiliation. We also understand that Abia State Governor Alex Oti, who is also of the Labour folk, you put it that way, because he's elected under the Labour Party, and Labour Party has been entrenched into a political crisis, either sponsored by anybody or those outside, because we've seen the crisis in Labour Party. Alex Oti is not following Obi to ADC as expected. One would have expected that since through the obedient movement and the wave and everything that happened, Alex Oti became governor. Why is Alex Oti not joining ADC alongside Obi? Abaribe is joining from Abga. Remember, Abaribe became the senator representing Abia South Senatorial District on the platform of Abga. So, and remember, his ward has also suspended him for anti-party activity. He has not been doing what is expected as an Abga senator. But from the reports we've had, he's joining ADC alongside Peter Obi and Senator Victor May, Senator Tony, and many other persons. But that is by the way. One of the agreements is Atiku will go for one term, because they are making these agreements on the projections that ADC will win the context, because they believe that, look at Atiku, who won 12 states, Obi 11 plus FCT 12, that makes it 24, and Tinubu also won 12 states if you are to do state comparison, and that makes it more like balance, that Tinubu just edged them using marginal forces from Wike. Now, the belief is with Obi and Atiku coming together that Tinubu will be defeated. I always laugh in Chinese. I've always laughed because Tinubu has perfected strategies. But that's by the way, we're going to come back to that.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Let's talk about Obi. And the agreement is Atiku, ADC. Obi will be loyal to Atiku. And Atiku will hand over the issue of economy to Obi. It's part of the agreement. Atiku will hand everything about Nigerian economy to Obi as vice president. And it's also expected that Atiku will, because constitutionally Atiku has for 8-year period. But it's also expected that you go for one term because of age, and also hand over to Obi to run for the other term. So these were part of the agreement. Wike was shouting yesterday in Emuha, agreement is agreement. I don't know if we have that very song. Franklin, you helped me to play that very song. Agreement is agreement. He was shouting it everywhere. Agreement is agreement. But we're going to come to that. But these were some of the agreements reached. But most times you have seen political agreements not kept.
So politically, do you think that moving to the ADC is good and favorable for the political life of Peter Obi?
Obi have said it. If he goes alone, he is not going to win. Not because of he has no such popularity, not because he may not win the majority of vote, but he will not be declared the winner. We look at the person as winner. If you are declared so by INEC, you may be winner in your home. You may be the winner by number of votes gathered, but we are looking at the ones pronounced by INEC and also certified by courts. Because of weak institutions and the way things are, Obi will not win if he goes solely. He cannot win because he will not be declared the winner.
So now that he's teaming up with Atiku in the ADC, does the ADC stand a chance of winning the incumbent?
Yes, I will not dismiss them in a jiffy. Do they have a chance? Yes, they do. But remember, INEC remains the umpire that will pronounce you winner. As far as INEC is concerned, the INEC I'm seeing.
Now, okay, if we're going to keep the INEC factor by the side, let's look at the strength of these very people. Okay, look at the kind of weight Atiku was able to pull in the last election. Then look at the weight that Obi was able to pull. In fact, he was a dark horse in the race, and he surprised so many persons. And people are projecting that if they team up, they are going to spring surprises. But there is a factor somewhere. Some persons who supported Obi in the last election have left him. Some have also joined. There's some person who supported him have said that if he eventually becomes a running mate to anybody, he's going to lose them. The likes of I'm trying to remember the name of this very woman that championed bring back our girls. I don't know why I just forgot her name now. The likes Aisha Yusuf, yes. People in her like they've said once he becomes a running mate to anybody, they are not going to support him because they know that when it comes to the president of Nigeria, the vice is like a spare tire that is deployed at the whims and caprices of the driver of the vehicle. So if you look at all these scenarios, if you leave the INEC factor by the side, can they actually weather the storm? Given the fact that the president has been able to he's been strategic in his appointment. Most of the people he's been appointing are people he wants to bring into his political family, so that by the election they are going to work for him.
Look at the calculation. Yes, there will be a factor, there will be a force, there's no doubt. Atiku, after the demise of President Muhammadu Buhari, Atiku takes over as the second force in the entire northern geopolitical zone. Yeah, that's Atiku for you. Atiku, remember, he won states in the last election controlled by APC. Atiku won so many states controlled by APC. Surprisingly, yes, he won some of these states, even with the APC governors in place. He shocked a lot of people. Obi won in the entire southeast and south. Atiku won in the north. Tinubu won in the southwest, and had also votes, sizable votes in the north. You wouldn't dismiss it, because if Atiku is declared the winner in Kaduna State with, let's say, 2.1 million votes or 1.7 million votes, Tinubu will come second with almost 800 and something votes. Those votes, though he may not win the state, but look at the margin he came close to. So it's not about the state you won. Nigerian political contest is all about the popular votes wins. It's not by number of states you won. It's number of aggregate votes. So there are times somebody may win the highest number of states but still lose election. Somebody who won in fewer states may win the contest, because the number of votes in those states is what matter, not the number of states won. So I've explained this. So yes, there may be, but Obi may lose supporters if he becomes a running mate, because they have always wanted this new Nigeria. He has been professing, he has been talking about new Nigeria is possible. Nigeria where a rich man and a poor man, they are equal, where there is no class differentiation, class ratifications, and so many things, and also class stratifications. So he has preached a lot, but Nigerians are hoping that some of the things he has preached, he has professed, he goes on to practicalize them. But would he do that as a vice president? That's another thing, because there are those that will say, oh no, we are supporting you because you are going for president. There are still those that will say, at all, now it was past, that we believe that you cannot take power that way. But there are routes to power, and it could be one of the routes being the vice president. So that's very promised land. And because they will go on a campaign and then preach to obedience that he has been promised to take over the economy. You will take charge of the economy. Remember, it's a promise constitutionally.
Because this issue of promise is this. Of course, we seem to be running this kind of arrangement now, whereby the North takes, the South takes, and now it seems to be the turn of the South. And people have this very understanding that the South should complete this very time, so that it will be a complete 8 years.
Yeah.
So if a Northerner comes in now and takes over by 2020, so of course it's going to disrupt things.
Yeah.
And maybe if by the divine intervention and the person from the North wins and decides to stay for 4 years, so that power gets back to the North, of course it's going to truncate everything.
It's going to change a lot of things.
And anybody thinking that Obi is going to become he's going to come near to power, of course you have to wait for another 8 years before that comes.
The agreement is that Atiku will go for 4 years.
That's the
agreement. But will he keep that agreement? That's another thing, because power intoxicates. Yes, they said because of age, by the time he completes his first time, he will be close to 80 years. Will he be a president from 80 something years? But the issue is, these things are just there. But the point is, will Obi be able to convince his followers? Maybe he will go around during the campaigns that it's better to be close to power, that he has been asked to manage the economy, that most important thing is to remove the hardship, because he has always preached that his concerns are hardship Nigerians are facing, the struggles, the challenges, education, health, and issue of security. That is a kind of an arrangement where the president will give him enormous power. That Atiku has been known to give people that mandate, that freedom, that space to do that which they believe they can do. Remember, the entire Southwest will oppose Obi and Atiku combo. They will oppose him because Tinubu has sealed that very place. And then the South, the governors have been taken. But whether the people have been taken as well is another thing. His election day will determine some of these things. So the battle for 2027 is hereby declared open. So we are going to see. But truly, just like I said, every odd favors Tinubu. Every odd favors him.
Okay. The other question I have to prompt, but you're not going to respond to it. We go for this commercial break. It says, this obese penchant of leaving a party once there's a crisis, because people are thinking that as a leader, when there's a crisis in the party you are in, you're supposed to superintend and see how you get this thing to resolve, because that is the mark of leadership. When there's a crisis, you find a way to resolve it. But it seems that his political culture is the type whereby when there's crisis, he lies low. And next thing is to find a way out of that very problem. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Udala Radio, 104.7 FM.
When the city sleeps, the river remembers. When the drums call, Onitsha awakens. This December, the call grows louder as Udala Radio joins forces with the Golibe Festival 2025. From December 26 to New Year's Day, the heartbeat of the East comes alive. Music, laughter, art, culture, and the unstoppable joy of homecoming. Golibe! This year promises more energy, more color, more connection. A festival for every proud son and daughter of Igbo land. Stay tuned to Udala Radio, your front row seat to the celebration that never fades. Golibe Festival 2025. Exclusive media support by Udala Radio. It's not just a festival, it's who we are.
Uwe izughị oke o, mana dịka nwa afọ Naija nwoke maọbụ nwaanyị ebe ugbu a, ị kwesịrị ime onye na-akpọ gị n'ekwentị. Ohere na-abịa so naanị otu ugboro, mana nke bụ ezigbo ajụjụ dị na ya bụ ị ga-adịkwa na njikere. Ekwekwala ka ohere ọzọ ganarị. Lee anya otu kọlụ ziri ezi nwere ike ịgbanwe ndụ gị. Tinye Truecaller app n'ekwentị gị tata, mara onye na-akpọ gị, hụ na ịtụfughị ohere ịnweta otu kọlụ ahụ nwere ike ịgbanwe ihe niile. Truecaller, za ezigbo oku.
Christmas don't set like concrete where them just pour. Udala Christmas raffle don't land for Golibe Festival. Hey! Just 1,000 naira per ticket, and if you work and enter our studio, make you shout your loved one's name live for radio.
I just want to tell my Talugo say I love her well. My baby, I love you, die.
You want to know how you go take be part of this? It is simple. Just buy your ticket for Golibe Festival ground. Come our open studio and boom, your voice go to fly enter everybody radio. Better things there for ground where you feel win. 43-inch Hisense TV, refrigerator, aux fans, and plenty goodie bags. No dollar. This Udala Christmas raffle draw they happen on the 30th of December 2025. If you want grab your ticket sharp, make you call 0803 350 4206. 0803-350-4206. This Christmas, buy for yourself, buy for your people, because Udala Christmas Raffle, everybody gets something inside. Supported by Nolin Ventures Limited, Onitsha.
Golibe, Onitsha, are you ready? The festival is here, and this year, Kate's Associated Industries Limited, manufacturers of Dubai antiperspirant deodorant, will show up, not just to turn up, but to turn up fresh. December 26th to 31st, Chuba Ikpeazu Stadium will be hot. Street Carnival, Dreamland for Children, masquerades, high life nights, full December cruise. But please, do not let enjoyment get you caught on fresh. Get Dubai antiperspirant deodorant, the roll-on that holds the body, holds groove, and hypes December. Golibe Festival, proudly supported by Kate's Associated Industries Limited.
Onitsha, we there outside, oh. This December 30th, na madness won't happen for Easter. Straight from the hood, the voice when they fake Jerry.
Within the shop, Kasala don't bust. It's your boss, Jarek the Hustler, and on the 30th of December, Yona Baka for the Golibe Festival.
And you know go there alone, no Dremo, Mayokun, Zorro, Berry Tiga, Aguero Banks, Ivado, Loina, Brown Joel, Rod Kelly, Dara, Dre Ice. One stage, one night, Onitsha go shade. Na Golibe Festival. For Chuba Ikpeazu Stadium, Onitsha, on Tuesday, 30th of December, from 6 p.m. sharp. Gate fee, not just 3,000 naira only. 3,000, no excuse. If you no get ticket, no wahala. Just show up early. And if you no feel reach venue, no fear. Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Go there live on ground. We go broadcast them live. So whether you there stadium or you there for house, you go feel the vibes. Onitsha, we there outside. Golibe Festival. Supported by Udala Radio. Seriously authentic.
Okay.
Merry Christmas from all of us.
Udala Radio
104.7.
Now hear the Christmas Day sweet pass. Let's go. Bells they ring for the street tonight. Children they dance on the Christmas light. Mama they cook jollof, aroma they rise. Yeah. Now for they smile, joyfully miles. No they for body love they warm. Afro be breathing, happiness don't come. Oh, from Onitsha city to every home. Now celebrate shine food is on. It's a Udala Christmas. Oh. Everybody gather make we jollof. It's a light up the tree, let it shine. Let it shine. Love for the season, make we share. Make we bind. From morning to night. Udala, hold you tight. Now Christmas magic, pure delight. Udala, Udala. Christmas day sweet, oh. Udala, Udala. Feel the beat, oh. From all of us at Udala Radio. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, ya wetalanye angole no bioto. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from all of us at Udala Radio 104.7 FM, the voice of the region.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
You're listening to the Polity. Get involved now.
Of course, you're listening to the Polity on the Radio 4.7 FM. It's 8 minutes past 10 a.m. And we're live here. We're live on our Facebook page, the Radio 4.7 FM. Get interactive on that very platform. My name is Franklin Ebuka, and I'm with Dr. Luther and Becky. Together, we are bringing you analysis on some of the developments we have in the Polity. I raised the question regarding the pension for Mr. P2B to leave a party when there is a crisis, but I have to skip it now and get to other issues so that we'll be able to cover a lot of ground this very morning. Now, another issue that has been getting traction is the fact that Mr. President left Nigeria yesterday to Europe, and from that very Europe, he's going to proceed to United Arab Emirates, where he's scheduled to attend the 2026 edition of the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week Summit. And from what we gather from the presidency, Mr. President was invited by the King of Saudi, the King of UAE, and he had to honor that. But the people in the opposition are not finding that funny. They are thinking that it was insensitive for Mr. President to have left this country at this point in time when we are battling insecurity. The likes of ADC and Labour Party, they have criticized the president for departing Nigeria for Europe on holiday at the time the country is grappling with a rising insecurity, including foreign military intervention in the north. So, Tony, these very opposition parties, do you think that they have a basis for criticizing Mr. President?
I think it's a matter of thorough assessment, because if they are talking about Mr. President being in the country and at the same time, because of insecurity, has to stay put and he may not have to make any movement outside the country, is a different thing altogether. My concern is the visit Mr. President is actually making, of what benefit would it be to the country. That's the most important thing, because I have said many times the Nigerian president, they have penchant for traveling. I don't know why. Is it because of the money involved, the extra costs, and what comes from such traveling? And we've not seen investment flooding the country as a result of these travels. Obasanjo did, Jonathan did, Buhari did, Tinubu is doing as well. If by virtue of these their travels, that investment comes, at least 10% of these travels will yield, these travels will yield 10% investment. By now, Nigeria will be flooded with multinationals and then many investors. But then I must tell you that in the entire 2026, because 2026 is some days by, I'm just trying to find out that could there be any president of any country who will be spending or who will be coming into the new year in another man's country? I'm just thinking, is there such a president? I'm yet to find out if there is any president that will be spending New Year's Eve, that's December 31st, and welcoming 2026 outside their home country. The only president I have been able to confirm is President Bola Tinubu. In every country, we have many countries, over 200 countries in the world. He's the only country that will be outside his home country for December, for New Year Eve, and at the same time welcoming 2026 outside his home country is the president of Nigeria. So, just like we know very well, he will be proceeding to official visit in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, for the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week Summit, which will be taking place in early January 2026. So I find no reason why Mr. President will be making this visit quite early enough. But we were told that he is going for holiday. So he's going to holiday first. Then after that holiday, he will join the summit. It is somehow disturbing. Because if you look around in 2025 alone, Mr. President undertook no fewer than 15 international trips in 2025 alone. He visited countries like Ghana. In fact, that United Arab Emirates, he visited that country multiple times in 2025. He visited Tanzania, France multiple times. He went to Italy. He went to St. Lucia. He went to Japan. He went to Brazil and other countries like UK.
Tony, now that you have mentioned these very countries he has visited.
In 2025.
Exactly. If you look at France, he paid visit to France in 2025, I think about 3 times or thereabout. You mentioned UAE too, and he's going to UAE again. So he has been to UAE not less than twice in 2025. And if you look at France, it appears as if we are beginning to establish a new relationship with France. Now, France is the one that is going to provide us with the technical assistance when it comes to our new tax administration. So is it suggestive that the president is also trying to align in business-wise with a UAE?
Probably, I don't know, because we know what UAE presents. That's where many Nigerian politicians invest their properties or invest a lot. If you look at investments coming from Nigeria, you will be surprised. Atiku is also a fan of UAE because he has been accused that once elections are over, he runs back to United Arab Emirates. Many Nigerian politicians have investment in that very country. In fact, we are helping them grow their economy, there's no doubt. So if you ask why Mr. President keeps going to France, yes, he will tell you it's purely on economic investment and diversification. Because I remember the last time we discussed this, we discovered that the presidency was saying that they seek French capital to support reforms, reduce oil dependency, and boost sectors like agriculture, renewable energy, infrastructure, transportation, health, solid minerals, and technology, and that France on their own view Nigeria as its top trading partner in sub-Saharan Africa and a gateway to Anglophone markets amid declining influence in some of their former colonies. So we've seen, according to the presidency, notable outcomes which include about $300 million infrastructure pact signed with France in 2024 and ongoing business councils. And then if you look at the president, he has repeatedly stated that Nigeria is open for business during meetings with Macron. Last time he was with President Macron.
Totally. If you look at the Facebook page of Omoyele Sowore, I know he made an insinuation that Mr. President is going to Europe not because he wanted to go on holiday, but because he is sick and he wants to take care of himself. If you look at this very summit that is going to happen in UAE, it's going to happen between January 11 and the 15th. So let's say he still has about 12 days before the summit begins, but he left the country yesterday. So how would you react to what Sowore is trying to insinuate? In fact, if you look at what he posted, he didn't just mention Mr. President, he also mentioned Ababio, that they're all in the same category, trying to run from one point to the other, going outside the country because they want to take care of their health. And he's talking about the need why we should now look inward and see how we can address our health system, so that these leaders who feel that they don't have confidence in our health system, they will be able to take care of themselves here in Nigeria.
You know, these are speculations, there are no doubts.
Exactly.
These are speculations. The truth is, from grapevine, when you say grapevine, it means from unconfirmed reports. That's what grapevine means. Mr. President is heading to France. You know, the presidency did not specify the exact place he's going to.
Exactly.
The release from Bayon Onoga says Europe. Many Nigerians are saying, you don't tell Nigerians that kind of crap. A president is leaving the country, you keep his destination secret. Why? What for? It will not happen to any country that is seriously practicing democracy. If Trump is living anywhere, everybody will be told where he's heading to and what he's going there for. Even if it is on a private visit, it will be stated he's going to this country on a private visit. That you will attend weddings and you'll be. Governance is openness. You don't try to clog anything. You don't try to run government in such opaque manner. It must be open. Public funds are going to be used. You are using our money to travel to a destination unknown to us. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is accountable to Nigerians. And he is using taxpayers' money for these travels. Not his own money. Not his own private money. It is Nigerians' money. And it behoves on the presidency to tell the country, Nigerians, where Mr. President is going with their own hard-earned money, the destination points. Why I said it's from Grapevine? Because maybe why they didn't want to indicate France. If they indicate France, many fifth columnists will say, oh, he has gone back to his doctors. There's no problem with that. Because we have failed to make our health institutions what it should be in this country. Okay. We have defied that. It's a shame. It's a national shame. It's embarrassing that our president visits foreign countries for medical tourism. But being that Mr. President has been there for many times this year, just like I said, most of the countries has gone to over 15, where he has visited France multiple times. They don't want to indicate it's France again so that the fifth columnists will not start writing. But for the fact that public money, taxpayers' money is being used for this, what is wrong? Tell Nigerians he's going to France for holiday.
Okay, so let's get over to another story. It's about Oyo State Governor Sheyi Makinde and the former Ekiti State Governor who have been locked in this kind of, should I call it a battle of who is going to become more influential than the other. You know that the former governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, he was on TV last week where he made an allegation. He said that Makinde was on an interview where he claimed that Mr. President he gave him an offer to organize APC in Oyo State and he turned it down. And this time around, he's not going to support Mr. President. And Fayose went on TV to say that Makinde did not spill every truth in what happened. And he said that Makinde was given, 50 billion naira for him to use to respond to the explosion that happened somewhere in Ibadan. But he only declared 4.5 billion instead of 50 billion. And Makinde said, I challenge you to publish the evidence. And over the weekend, Lele Olayinka posted on his page a statement made by Ayodele Fayose saying that the government of Nigeria, led by President led by President Tinubu, actually disbursed 50 billion naira to the government of Oyo State. But Makinde did not declare it. He only declared 4.5 billion. I saw what was posted. I look at the document. Document is a document showing a request for fund. I didn't see any request I didn't see any disbursement evidence from what they posted. And now they've been going back and forth. And the camp of Sheyi Makinde has responded saying that what Fayose put out was a half-truth. That rather what the government received was 30 billion. And Sheyi Makinde used 4.5 billion to disburse to the victims and use other money to respond to challenges about roads and what have you not. So how do you look at this whole battle happening between two of them now?
It's political, there's no doubt. Why this battle or whatever you call it is going on now is because of 2027. Everybody's making political alignment, realignment, political survival, and political relevance. This is what is going on. But let's look at the issue on the table. Yes, there was a request of such nature. Remember the Bodija explosion in Ibadan that happened in January 2024. So after that explosion, there was this request by Oyo State government, led by Sheyi Makinde, from Mr. President to give them 50 billion for reconstruction and then to take care of the victims. Yes. But remember, Makinde also pointed something to, pointed out something like this during that his media chat, that he made such a request. Mr. President did not address or attend to the request as he made those requests. He did not attend to them the way and manner he made those. I think he cited something like that. But I think it also fell to his agony and then anger towards Mr. President. But just as we are told, I don't know whether Fayose is the spokesperson of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Probably Tinubu should give him some positions, since Mr. President is fenced or probably shoved during Gilale. Remember when he was shoved and then we are told that he resigned on himself. That was when that issue of, if Mr. President wants you out, you put on their resignation. I think it was during Gilale, his former special advisor on media and publicity. He was the first person to put on such resignation, but we know that his time was up. Maybe Fayose should replace him. It's good that whenever you are playing your politics, show clarity, show integrity. You can't be saying that you're in PDP and you are being the official spokesperson of Mr. President. That's Fayose anyway. Remember the stomach infrastructure politics style in the Kiri state, and when he appealed to the sympathy of the masses and they supported, and so many things that happened. And recently he was on the news for abusing Obasanjo. He called Obasanjo sort of names, but not the same. He's on the news again, but this time around he has come out to say that Fayose, that why were you quiet? Why were you silent? Mr. President gave you 50 billion, and all you could do was to declare 4.5 billion, and you did not declare the rest. Now, there is everything wrong about this whole thing. One, has the president power and rights to give a state 50 billion without such being part of appropriation? See, where would he take that money? I said the kind of democracy we run here is democracy of convenience, democracy of entitlement, and democracy of money rascality. You use it the way you want. Public funds. Now, I said the Prime Minister, I said it again, let me repeat it again for those who did not follow that very day. The Prime Minister of UK has no power to issue an order to the Chancellor of the Exchequer. That's the person who controls the funds of the UK, to release any amount of money to any person, even when he appointed him to that position. He cannot. Because if he does it, he risks being put into prison. Without the Prime Minister, I don't have such powers. That whatever it is, whatever you order me should be in the book, the Appropriation Act. But here, the President can order the Accountant General, can order the Finance Minister to release funds for this. But even if there are funds for emergency, every country, every government allocate funds for emergencies, and these emergencies should be seen to be, because if you look at that body of something, it was inferno.
Exactly.
Explosion. Maybe it's part of the emergency. And from what we have known, the security votes of most governors and the president are used for emergencies, and at the same time to ensure there is security. But there have not been accountability. So situations like this, Mr. President dished out 50 billion. But then, just like you pointed out, and then the aide to Makinde was saying 30 billion was what we received. But we are told that 4.5 billion was used for the issues surrounding the victims, and then the other one was used for road construction. Even the money sent to Makinde was not used for the purpose. How can you spend 4.5 billion and you leave how many?
And
25.5 billion
is even the issue of transparency and accountability, because it now took Fayose's accusation or claims on TV for the camp of Makinde to begin to give explanation on how the money was spent.
They did not even give the explanation all this time. See, we run a secret court system of government. That's what we run here. A secret court system of government. We are even the people that pay this money. They don't even know what their money is used for. They don't know the movement of their money, the disbursement, and what for. It is a problem here. Weak institution. That's why if they are going for election for any position, it becomes a do or die, because anybody who goes in there uses the money the way he wants, the way he likes, and how he likes it, and for whatever purpose, however it comes to his mind, whatever comes to his mind, he disburses money. See, governance is all about planning, careful planning, careful articulation, careful consultations. You put those things and then will be vetted by the State Assembly. Even the emergencies, the kind of emergencies money will be disbursed to be stated. Not every emergency is emergency. If it is fire, if it is flood, if it is disaster, if it is epidemic, whatever it is, well stated, and how the response will be, the process involved, and the accountability aspect of it, and the display of it. There are a lot lacking in this country.
All right, so we're going to go for this commercial break. After the break, we take your calls. But don't forget that there's also another trending story, which is about 34 lawyers who were nominated for the appointment as judges of the Federal High Court. No, they failed integrity tests for this very appointment. Out of 62, and 34 failed this integrity test. They said there were petitions against them claiming that they were involved in corrupt activities, and he asked him for bribe. In fact, one was even said to have asked for 1 million naira for him to grant a bail to a suspect.
That's just one of the police officer that wanted to become a judge. You want to transition from being a police officer to a judge. But I had wanted to say something about this integrity test, but time will not permit us.
All right. So we'll also be right back.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
Quality bread, Wendy's bread, for your family breakfast. Wendy's bread, I'll pack it on the yellow. Wendy's bread, mama, papa, they like Wendy's bread, kitchen and do. Wendy's bread, even children, they like Wendy's bread, Wendy's bread, and in town. Wendy's bread, you get the better, tasty, we go sweet your belly. Wendy's bread, Wendy's your bachichama. Wendy's bread,
Wendy's bread, tasty bread. You can contact us on our official address, Second Business Park, Enugu Road, GRA, beside UPS, Misha, Anambra State. We also have another branch at St. Michael Plaza at Tandy Road. Also contact us on 070-1149-1571. Wendy's bread, your tasty bread.
Wendy's bread.
Public notice. The governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, CFR, has set up an ESCO committee for the recovery of all government land at Otumoye Creek, Onitsha, in Onitsha South local government area of Anambra State. All persons purportedly laying claim to all those parcels or plots of land located at Otumoye Creek, Onitsha, are by this notice requested to submit the following documents to the Office of the Commissioner for Lands. 1. Allocation letter. 2. Certificate of occupancy. 3. Building plan approval. And 4. Any other relevant documents conferring ownership of such plots of land to the individual. All documents are to be submitted in 2 sets within 14 working days from the date this notice was first published. No submission will be received or attended to after the expiration of the said 14 working days. Signed, Mrs. Nkiru Mokwe, Esquire, Permanent Secretary for Commissioner for Lands.
Christmas on set like concrete where them just pour. Udala Christmas raffle don't land for Golibe Festival. Hey! Just 1,000 naira per ticket, and if you work and enter our studio, make you shout your loved one's name live for radio.
I just want them to say I love them well. I love you, die.
You want wan know how you go take be part of this? E dey simple. Just buy your ticket for Golibe Festival ground, come our open studio, and boom, your voice go dey fly enter everybody radio. Better things dey for ground where you fit win. 43-inch Hisense TV, refrigerator, aux fans, and plenty goodie bags. No dollar. This Udala Christmas raffle draw dey happen on the 30th of December 2025. If you wan grab your ticket sharp, make you call 0803-350-4206. 0803-350-4206. This Christmas, buy for yourself, buy for your people, because Udala Christmas raffle, everybody gets something inside. Supported by Nolin Ventures Limited, Onitsha.
From the commercial city of Onitsha comes Udala Radio 104.7 FM, the voice of the region, where authentic news and entertainment meet. Udala Radio 104.7 FM, seriously authentic.
You're listening to The Polity. Get involved now.
Of course, you are listening to the Polity on Udala Radio 104.7 FM. My name is Franklin Ebeka, and I'm with Tony Risambeki on today's program. And talking about the Udala Christmas raffle draw, just to let you know that you just with your 1,000 naira, of course, you can get your ticket and start a chance of winning, attractive and very interesting prizes. 43-inch television, refrigerator, standing fan, and rechargeable fan. There are other goodie bags and lots of exciting surprise prizes you stand a chance to win. And this raffle draw is going to hold on 30th December 2025 at the Golibe Festival grounds. If you haven't picked your ticket, this is a chance for you to pick up your ticket and be part of this very exciting raffle draw. If you cannot go to the Golibe Festival ground, you can come to our office here at number 5 Okono Street, DMGS Onitsha, and pick up your ticket, or you can even call a phone number and get your ticket delivered. 0803 350 4206. 0803 350 4206. It's just an opportunity for you to use 1,000 naira and win yourself an exciting gift this very Christmas period. Okay, we're going to go to the phone lines now to take your reactions, and as we move on, we'll see whether we have time for us to bring in some other developments. But Tony, before we take this very call, yesterday P2B had a session on X Space where he spoke on a number of things, and he even spoke about this reported plan that he's going to join the ADC. And I'm going to just read a part of what he said. He said, "I am not joining the ADC. I can't rejoin what I am already a part of. I have been part of the coalition from day one." This is what Obi said. And he said, "Nobody is stepping down for me in ADC. We have all agreed to work together, and Atiku remains my respected elder brother." Then there's another part I also want to point out before we now take this very call. He said, look at this very part. He said, okay, I am not traveling around the world to learn governance to be vice president. And this is what he said during the X Space. He explained that he has always been a member of the ADC and was part of the coalition from the inception. And he says, "I know how to turn Nigeria around. I built my business from scratch and have more experience than any candidate, including the sitting president. P2B will be on the ballot in 2027. I need your support. I need your prayers, because I believe that the ADC must offer something different in 2027. I am not in this coalition to grab power. I'm here because I want to make Nigeria work." So let's see who people we have on our phone line. 0803-221-6973 or 0803-827-6694. Good morning. Okay, try again. Let's see whether we're able to have a better connection. 0803-221-6973. Good morning.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning. Your name, my name is Franklin.
You're welcome.
First of all, let me thank you, Tony Lisambeki. You made a very nice analysis this morning. Let me join you to say that all the travel, my name is Honorable the Mayor of Umukulora, who don't know the JP. Sorry. Let me join my voice on your own to be clear that all this travel is just waste of money. First, in a country where there is no security, in a country where there is no light, in a country where there is no road, who are you trying to bring in? Or you feel that we come and invest? People that we invest in the peaceful atmosphere where they will reap the fruit of their investment. This is number one. Number two, what is our president spending in France? The francophone polarized people are running away from them. He's chasing them. The other time they lied to us that they are going to France for a mission or something like that before their plane was hijacked and lost in Burkina Faso. While France sent them over there to go and do one thing or the other. What I'm trying to say in earnest is this. It's high time our president stop running Nigerian government as his family affair. Look at the 50 billion naira you are talking about now. Look at sending the troops over there without the legislative consent. You see, he is just running. In fact, I thank people for going for that ADC. I think something it's not like you are misunderstanding that movement. But I'm telling you for sure, something good is going to start from that. Thank you and God bless you all.
Right. Okay. Thank you for joining the conversation this very morning. Hello. Good morning. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, I think you have to try again. Good morning. Hello.
Chief Tony.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
It's me, Jido Gano, calling from Mumbo.
Okay, go on, Jide.
Honestly, I don't understand what he's doing. You understand? It shouldn't be a second candidate to anybody. Just for the president, he said, because most times political people, they don't usually do what they say. You understand? Those that still in the quick sheet, you understand? So there's no truthfulness until if they are guided by our own. That's when I will know that we will do 4 years and hand over to be. But if not, we should not accept the vice president that article. Not done because he has everything to turn this country. And again, leaving this country for to go arrest a Europe is uncalled for. People are manipulating. This man is putting us a lot in this country. There's no government, there's no difference according to what is saying. There's no difference in this government. These people are doing whatever they want to do. Look at 50 billion that they give to Shima. It's appropriated. What is going to do what you will have to use it to do. So this is a country, this country I don't understand your behavior. Only Mr. Tito that has the duty we have in this country and put all these kind of projects on their knees. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Franklin.
Good morning, you're welcome.
Very good morning to you.
You're welcome.
Chidi Chukuma joining you from home.
Go on, Mr. Chukuma.
Yes, talking of that, will I call it a discussion by Mr. P to ADC. It is very, very much awaited for. Because you can see that the Labour Party is no longer for it. It is just as it said, just like PDP. Because since after that election, that party has been infiltrated by different demons, enemies coming from the ruling party to make sure that the people that the movement of P2D and so on and so forth. But I think the P2D is very, very wide. That will be the movement is what makes him to remain very, very relevant. Because obedient movement is not very much attached to any political party. And that is the wisdom there. Now, let me tell you, contrary to what Dr. Tony Zambiki said Because you look at Atiku Abubakar, Abubakar is decreasing on daily basis, and the P2B is increasing in popularity now. And every eye is focusing on P2B. And I believe that he will have his way on that primary election. And what we need from Atiku Abubakar is when P2B win the primary election, that Atiku Abubakar will go his way, not just as a vice president, but just as a kingmaker to make P2B to win the presidency. That is what is very, very much awaited. So the issues of whether he will fail and the running just on the web of speculation. There is nothing concrete evidence out of that. So P2B is moving, and anywhere he goes, I know that the people that mean well for Nigeria, the progressive Nigeria, follow him wherever that we want to know Nigeria, and the Mr. P2B remains in place of that in Nigeria. Good morning.
Thank you, Chidi Chukuma. Let's see who we have next here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Frankie Reboka.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Tonio Disambeki. Good morning, sir.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Okay, my name is Tupac. I'm calling from Shoeside, Oboduku Road, Onitsha.
Go on, sir.
Please, I want to comment on Mr. President constant traveling.
Okay.
For me, I'm not comfortable with that traveling at all, especially at this critical time we are into. Excuse me, somebody whereby this or our house is on fire. You are busy chasing rats. What do you think that person is? Is that person a right-thinking human being? Constant traveling. You know, I wonder that this man almost went for he traveled. It's very pathetic, though. So coming to that, I'm talking about this fire that broke out in Lagos, one of the markets. Yes. My party goes to the families of those that lost their lives. But my advice is this: I wish that the government will now build this.
Okay. All right. Okay. I don't know what he wanted to say, but of course, I will also believe that he made a valid point before the call dropped. Okay, 0803-221-6973 or 0803-827-6694. Good morning.
People in the studio, Tony Beck.
Good morning, your name?
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Chief Odunukwe, JP from Ozofo and Abu.
Okay, go on, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Peter B. About somebody, I'm not going to make impact. But now be aware of Atiku Abubakar, Alaji Atiku Abubakar. He's a crafty man. I will not be deserved to telling the stories because I have never seen in many years. And Gazi was South Africa. I know how we started, and I know how we ended. So, any plan with Atiku should be a concrete, because the North has been doing us. But the politics was go geographically. So I'm pleading to P2B to be wiser than it happened. Be careful and watch the thing that is doing in ADC to make sure that all arrangements are concrete one before Atiku. We know what happened in 2023 primary general election. Atiku has been a spoiler. So if you want to let things happen, let him be careful with Atiku Abubakar. Thank you. Odunukwe is saying.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Odunukwe. Let's see who we have next. Good morning. Okay, try again. Let's see. Very soon we're going to go to our Facebook page to acknowledge the reactions we have there. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Solomon. I come from Ugwawa.
Go on, Mr. Solomon.
Yeah. I'm here for analysis. Good morning, Anthony Becker.
You're welcome, Solomon. It's good to have you.
Okay. We hear about B2B for enter AD. You know, say the problem is say if you don't enter AD, do not trust anybody, whether I think or anybody who is society. But what to say today? If they want to give B2B present for AD, or that B2B will win. Anywhere B2B will enter, it will win. About people will travel here and there. Anybody, the body where fire is fire. That is just right. So that will not get right. Anything where our president want to make it, so will not get right. Only God, there for hand. Yeah. May God bless now. Udala Radio.
Okay. Thank you for dropping by. Hello. Good morning.
Thank you.
Okay, your
My
name?
name is Comrade Robson. I'm calling you from Onitsha. Can I go on?
Yes, go on, sir.
Yes, frankly, let me respond to you. There's a question you asked Senator and Betty concerning why people didn't stay back and resolve the problem in Labour Party. Let me tell you this. The problem in Labour Party, you know the source. I know the source. Okay? The presidency is using that guy called Jesus Aguirre to destabilize that party ahead of 2024. We all know about it. So there is possibly nothing P2B can do because the money has changed hands. In fact, let us be very disabled when Jesus Aguirre paid a possibility to make a weekend. Everything becomes so obvious that make a weekend is bankrolling from 30 officials to cause problems here. It just destabilize the whole political party so that Tinubu will have a clear right in 2020. So the coming of AGC came to them as a surprise. They couldn't manipulate, they couldn't cause problems in that area.
Okay.
For that political party. That's why I commend him for joining ADC. Even if we didn't get the presidency ticket, at least it will help to survive or to make the opposition viable again when almost every state governors are joining ADC. So the move is a very commendable one, and we are fully in support of his move. Good morning.
All right, thank you. Let's quickly dash to our Facebook page. We have several reactions here. Mazinwo Riechi Kwadoromus Nachi says the supposed defection of Mr. P2B alongside with some other Labour Party members is a thing of political internal decision making, and also it's an underground plan agreement, which I don't think the agreement will be fulfilled when the time comes. And he says we should be wise. He posted from Udala Onitsha. Master B says Nigeria politics needs intelligent planning due to corrupt people in different offices. I encourage Mr. P2B to proceed to ADC to try luck. Let Nigeria's name. He said Nigeria's name should not be deleted from the record due to excessive corruption and self-centered politicians with a single vision rather than borrowing for consumption. He posted from Onitsha. Gregory Thaddeus says he posted from Asaba. He says a compliment of the season. I will personally be disappointed if Mr. P2B is not on the ballot paper as presidential candidate. There is no way he will get the number of votes he got in 2023 if he is not on the ballot paper as contestant. I wish he gets his political calculations right. Atiku will never govern for one term, and hand over to him. They should wake up from this dream. Sebastian Abigwe says, looking at what is happening in our political space, especially in our electoral empire, let alone he said a lot of questions are begging for answers. Now, according to you, Tony, you said P2B being a running mate Atiku is the best choice for him because even if he happens to win, he will be declared the winner. Please, I need more clarification on this. I want to suppose that I got this very question. Then, young Gopionwa says, I don't know why almost Nigerian politicians are greedy. Similar scenario that happened in Rivers State between Barrister Nwike and Governor Simfabara, that a cost political setback is about to happen, or will almost happen in Benue between former Governor of Benue State and the SGF George Akume and Governor Hyacinth Alia, and he's watching live from Benue State. Rotrato Biago Ike Chuku Christopher says he's listening from College of Education in Suwe, and he says Chowre speculation is not out of order. The secrecy of the president's whereabouts is fueling the speculation more further. The most traveled president in the world is not part of achievement we demand from Mr. President. Rather, let his achievement be on areas that will reshape the country. As Hillary says, he posted from Onitsha, and he says, my brother Peter B is a good man. He's too good. That's why he doesn't have a political structure to win an election in a country where political structure means rigging. Winning is in the heart of voters, and will never make anyone a president in Africa and beyond. Political structure matters in politics. If you can't beat them, please join them or leave them and rest. Okay. John Ekum, thank you for following us and at the same time enjoying what we do. Chike Chinos also thank you for watching from Obunike. Also Francis Somaga Namani from Magunze, thank you for watching. Uchano Y, thank you for watching from Ugwabobosi, and every other person, thank you all for following this very program. So today we are out of time and we have to wrap up. I raised the issue of those who failed integrity test, which was devised by the current Chief Justice of Nigeria. 62 lawyers who were nominated for the position of Federal High Court Justice, and only 28 passed that integrity test because Nigerians wrote petition against some of the nominees, and those petitions were scrutinized, and they found some substantial fact in what was alleged.
I think the Nigerian Judicial Council, NJC, called for the petitions, asked Nigerians that we're going to publish the list of those who applied for judgeship. They applied for judgeship, that is the one becoming judge, and we are going to publish their names and see their reputational standings before Nigerians. And guess what? Many Nigerians reacted to the call for petitions and wrote quite a lot, and these things were looked into, and prima facie was established in some of these cases. It tells a lot, just like one of the policemen who applied to become a judge, a lawyer anyway, but then the issue of bribery and money he took came to life, and even with evidence attached to it, because it's not just about petition. You must affix evidence to whatever claim you make, not just making evidence. And that's what the NJC did under the current Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kekerenekun. But we would also want this thing to cascade alongside every other thing, because we've seen Nigerian judiciary becoming something else. Conflicting judgment from the courts of coordinate jurisdictions, bizarre judgments, especially from the Supreme Court. Supreme Court should find ways to explain their judgments, not just dish out judgment and then keep quiet. They should find ways to, because Nigerians will want to know why sometimes laws that are very obvious are inverted, are put upside down. Is it to serve what interest? See, we've seen double standards in many judgments. Even when they try to explain these decisions, why they read out these judgments, there are questions. Judges should most time face press. I don't know why we cannot interview them and ask them questions based on their judgment. Everybody must show accountability. Nobody is immune from accountability. And for Ellen Onyema, who did say that Nigerians pay cheap flights across the world, that a local flight in most countries costs about $400, but Nigeria about $120. He should know about purchasing power parity or purchasing power disparity.
The funny thing is that maybe just because we don't have time, because I made a call. I spoke to people who are in Canada, people who are in South Africa, yes, and they told me for them to move from Joburg to Johannesburg, this is what to Cape Town, this is the duration of the flight. This is what they call. A friend of mine moved from Ohio to Calgary to see his brother, and he paid about, I think, $400 Canadian dollars. And if you do the It's not one way ticket. Oh.
Two-way ticket.
Two-way.
Because they don't apply one-way ticket. You know the issue. The issue is you are trying to explain that an hour flight costs about $400, two-way tickets. But here you have an hour flight costing about 500,000. The question is, there's what we call purchasing power disparity. Because the 120,000 naira Nigerians pay or 150,000 naira Nigerians pay, according to Ellen Onyema, would also buy equivalents of what that $400 will buy in their own economy.
Exactly.
That is just that. It's not, issue of exchange is a nominal thing. It's not the real value attached to the.
The thing, like I said, if we have time tomorrow, we can look at it properly, so that we can put things in proper perspective. Because yesterday, I think T-Mobile lots of things in a way trying to justify or what their airlines are doing. Okay, so we have to leave it at this point, but just to let you know that as we speak now, information coming in say that Osele Kobaze has left his party for ADC. Then Tony Moya had resigned, and I speak to you now. Wike is live on his media chat going on right now as we speak. I will thank every one of you for listening. My name is Frank Nebuka. Good morning.
104.7 Udala Radio. When the city sleeps, the river remembers.